Hi, so for my social media celebrity analysis, I chose to analyze Brighton Keller of brightentheday.com, and she's actually a lifestyle slash fashion blogger, but she gains, I would say, most of her following through Instagram, and that's the only social media other than Facebook. That's the only social media platform that I'm on. I'm not on Twitter or anything like that, or I'm not big into YouTube either. And she's by far my favorite Instagram account that I follow. Like, her posts are just awesome, and I thoroughly enjoy reading her posts, and like I actually click on her posts and read the entire thing, which typically people don't do that a lot of times. Like, if they see something long, they just move on. So what types of messages does she post? Obviously style, lifestyle. She's very open about her faith, and I love that because I'm a Christian, and so she's very open about the Christian faith and like very honest about it, and kind of posts about her journey through a very realistic and relatable way, and I love that. She also does a lot of posts about organization, so that's another reason why I love following her, is because organization as far as literally like organizing your refrigerator, your closet, your pantry. Like, she gives very detailed and well thought out guides on how to do all that. But also, as far as, which this kind of goes with lifestyle, but lifestyle organization. So like, just the other day I was doing kind of a guideline that she put out on how to get your priorities straight for your life, and like how we're so scattered, and typically we're so thinly spread. And so if you kind of narrow your life down to like 5 very specific priorities, then you can really like grow from that. What types of content get the most responses? Definitely her style posts. She does a lot of work and professional related, like how to be stylish at work without spending a lot of money, or without, wearing a typical suit and skirt to work. And her organization and faith-based posts. Her style is very female oriented and targeted. I've never even seen a man comment on her posts or anything like that. And in her posts, it's always very chic, very colorful, just really visually appealing. And she started her blog and her Instagram began in December of 2011. Her mom was a retired lawyer who started up an Italian shoe line. So she had heard that blogging was really good for like getting the word out about if you were starting up a clothing line or something like that. So she started a blog, and she was also really interested in coding. So she thought that it would be really fun and kind of interesting to get into the coding world and like try to create a successful website through all of those integral parts that makes a website stand out in the internet world. What methods of self-presentation does she use, and who is her audience? Really all sorts of like, sometimes she's really cute in her posts, like she's dressed well, has makeup on, but then other times she's literally sitting in her bed and her hair is not done, her makeup's not done, she like is about to go to bed, just got out of the shower. And I think that's a reason why she's so successful, is because she's so relatable through computer mediated communication, which I think is interesting, because I think that that's why her brand works, because she's not like always perfect on her Instagram and always trying to pretend like her life is totally put together. It's like she shows the real behind the scenes quite often, if not majority of the time. Her audience, like I said, is young females, primarily I would say professional and working, because she was an accountant in the corporate world, and that was kind of always her goal. So she talks about that a lot, like being a working young woman, and a lot of her style guides are geared toward women trying to dress stylish and cute in the professional realm. She adapts her messages to her audience by literally just asking. That's another really kind of cool, almost marketing thing that she does. Like, she'll just say, hey, what did you guys, she'll put up an Instagram story and say, what did you guys like about, the last 3 posts that I put up? What did you find that you related to the most? And she'll put out a poll and you can vote. And so that's literally how she does her content most of the time, is like by just asking her followers what they like. And so I think that's pretty cool because it's super interactive. She interacts with her followers by like so much. She by stories, by polls, by she replies to comments all the time on her Instagram posts. She'll post snapshots a lot of times on her stories of like something that a follower has DM'd her, and she responds, and so she does that a lot. So she's very active in the response to her followers, which is another thing, again, why I think she's so successful. Her verbal and nonverbal communication, she's always very lively, but not obnoxiously so. She's very encouraging, always very positive, but when something's happening or when she's feeling down, she's real about it, but still keeps that positive air, which I think is yet again another reason why she's so successful, is because when I look at her Instagram, I always feel uplifted. I never feel like put down or brought down. And I think a lot of times in social media platforms, that is such a problem. Like, people are just so negative and they talk about their problems, and there's not a lot of positivity oftentimes in social media platforms. I think the main challenge of becoming a social media influencer is the fact that it's so popular now, and because people have realized that you can make a lot of money, obviously, through becoming successful in that. I think that there's just so many fish in the sea, and you have to figure out your brand and what is special about you and what makes you stand out. And even when you do that, it can still be difficult to stand out because there's, I don't even know, hundreds of thousands of people trying to do the same thing as you. And the internet is such a tricky thing to, use keywords and hashtags and this and that and things like Instagram to stand out. It's just, I think, is really hard to stand out among the masses. And finally, if I were to try to become a social media influencer like her and her similar style, like start a lifestyle blog or a style blog or anything like that, I would, the lessons I would take for her would be her interactiveness, her creativity, relatability, and her consistency. She is on point, posting all the time, putting up stories all the time. So when I get on Instagram, I never forget she's there. I'm always like waiting to see what she has to say. If she's like talking about a new product that she really likes, I really like pay attention to it, and I'll go look it up and stuff like that. And I always want to read her posts. And she'll talk about a new blog post that she had posted, and she'll put the link in there. So she just makes it really easy for her followers to stay involved. And I think that's a really key thing in becoming a successful social media influencer. Her relatability, like I said, just the fact that she's not always done up, she's not, always presenting her best self, even though she encourages that, but through a real way, not through makeup and having to always be this perfect woman who always has everything together. Like, that's just not what it's about. It's about the inside, of course, always over the outside. And her interactiveness, like I said, kind of in relation to consistency, like she's so interactive with her followers, which takes a lot of time, but I think ultimately really pays off. So all in all, that is my analysis, and she is by far my favorite Instagram account that I follow, and I think that there are many things that make her stand out, and there are many clear reasons why she is successful in what she does.